as time has gone by, we really focus on video. We are a very visual people, the human beings, so people remember things from a video perspective much more than long-form copy, for instance. So we create content from mobile to giant screen and everything in between. We have 3 platforms that we play with. The first is possibility. This idea of the United States of awesome possibilities was our initial platform, because when you come to the United States, you can do anything. You can be the best you can be. You can go anywhere. And that seems very resonant and ownable on a global basis. But what we found out after a couple years is that that's also a very overwhelming message, this idea of possibility, because people didn't necessarily know that you can't make a quick drive from LA to New York City. So we brought in this idea of proximity. And the idea of proximity is really a value proposition. Anywhere you fly into, any gateway, any hub airport that you fly into the United States, within 5 hours, you can do anything. You can climb mountains, you can go to the beach, you can do fine dining, you can shop, you can go to the theater, so it becomes, again, that really strong value proposition, because not many places in the world offer that. And then our third platform is the idea of welcome. We are, as the American people, are very welcoming. We look forward to entertaining and showing our places around. So those 3 things are really the platform that we try to express: possibility, proximity, and welcome. I met Beautiful Destinations in London at WTM a couple of years ago. Jeremy Jauncey and Tom Jauncey, they're brothers, and they created Beautiful Destinations, and they are really passionate that social media, you don't have to have a giant ad budget to be able to get lots and lots and lots of views and engagement. And so we partnered with them earlier this year, and we launched in January, and they did a video of Miami. And what's amazing about it is that in, I think, a week, it's got 600,000 views, and it's just amazing. And the engagement and the positivity of the community that they've created is just spectacular. I like to use other people's voices. I like that third-party endorsement of someone who doesn't feel like they're a marketer, and they're not, telling a marketing story. They're telling an enjoyment story. We worked with a group of influencers out of London, again, called Sorted Food, and they're interesting guys. There's 4 of them. One of them is a chef. One of them is a videographer. One is kind of a professional eater, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm characterizing him right. And then one guy's kind of a comedian, just a really wonderful storyteller. And we sent them to Kansas City to go on a tour, a barbecue tour. And it was incredible what they were able to do just at all the different places they stopped. And one of the things that was so surprising, of course they ate a lot of barbecue, and it was delicious and it makes your mouth water to look at it, but they also looked up some background on Kansas, and it's a city of fountains. And so they put together this little snippet called Fountain Hunters, and it was the funniest thing. And every time I showed it to people, I've showed it to people a lot over the last 6 months, and I've had crowds of 700 people cracking up over Fountain Hunters, and it's so, it's so great, and it's so genuine, it's so authentic. So whenever I can use someone else's voice to deliver that kind of authenticity about a place, we do. We also are working on an initiative called Ask a Local. So towards that goal of really showing the American people is very, very welcoming, very, very warm, we take a documentary approach to asking people questions. So it's it's an interview, and we have straight up Americans from the places we visit. And recently the team that we hired to do that went to Minnesota. And they went to Minneapolis, of course, and it was wonderful because Minneapolis is just a fabulous cultural environment. But they also went to the Iron Range, which is not a place that I had ever been before. And now that's my #1 place to go, because they showed ice skating and ice fishing, and they had this wonderful kind of very specific Scandinavian cuisine that was there. It was just so cool. And then we went to Duluth, and the whole kind of winter festival of Duluth was incredible, and the beer culture, because of the wonderful water right there on the Great Lakes and Superior. And these are the kinds of things that people from outside the United States don't know about us. They know about New York, which of course is fabulous. know about LA, another fabulous, fabulous place, but nobody knows about Duluth. And they don't necessarily know how to get there. So as we string stories together to show people this idea of proximity, you can go to Minnesota, but while you're there, certainly visit Minneapolis. But we also think it's worth your while to go visit these other places that are kind of out, off the beaten track and these hidden gems.